1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, the big dick is here. Get ready.
This is the Tastemakers.
May we start?
With the best music from around the globe.
Are we ready? This is the best music from this planet. Fully locked in, get ready.
Trap, twerk, house, grime, rap, bass, brace, techno, trance.
This is
Tastemakers.
They're definitely.
Yummy.
You ruined my record, man! I just bought it!
2 hours of a total musical insanity.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tuesday, got fucked up. I'm feeling bruised, got fucked up. On Tuesday.
This is the Tastemakers.
What is up, Los Angeles, California? You are listening to the Tastemakers, and this is Dash Radio, the loud station. And yes, we are live. Thank you all for tuning in, and once again for another fabulous Tuesday. I hope everyone's having a great week. Let's get this party started. This banger is the latest from Document One featuring Takura, and it's called Shut Down. Keep your panties on, put those dancing shoes on, and let's go. Volume up.
Some things you just cannot hide.
You're listening to Tastemakers.
On Loud
Dash Radio.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Oh my gosh. The music just turns me on.
Let me hear you scream.
Once again, it's another Tuesday. It's getting hot in here. Los Angeles, California. Can you feel it? We are the Tastemakers. And yes, again, we are live. This is Dash Radio, the Tastemakers. We are LA's hottest variety dance music radio show where we talk about what is hot, what is not, what is current today and happening around the music world. And we get all those juicy interviews with special guests that you won't hear anywhere else. Myself and Geebs have compiled an eclectic mix for you all. Once again, and without further ado, I am DJ zbrah, and alongside of me, she has many superpowers, but you all know her as Geebs.
What up, guys? It's Geebs, and I am excited for today. I'm excited for our guest. I'm excited for my Cryptic Collection. Come on, zbrah, let's do this.
Let's do it. So I'll get right into it. I'll introduce this man. He's our special Tastemaker Tuesday exclusive guest. He's originally from New York City. He moved out here to LA about 7 years ago. And he moved out here to work for a tech company, but also because LA was in Los Angeles then, if you all remember that. Fell in love with the dance music community, and Kaskade was his first introduction to the scene, who we will talk about a little bit later. Electric Zoo was his first festival. I have yet to go to that, so you can update me on that. And after he fell in love with dance music, he decided to pack up his bags and come to the City of Angels because dance music was beginning to become huge, and he wanted to be part of that community. He's the man behind EDM MANIAC, which has been around for just about 7 years as well, which he's going to let you all to know what that is all about and how the large success of it all began. I am proud to welcome to the studio, to Dash Radio and the Tastemakers, Devin Lezama.
Yo, Zach, what's going on? Thanks for having me, man.
Good. How you doing?
It's good to be here.
How are you doing? How's your week? How's everything?
Everything's good. We're just wrapped up really awesome party under the bridge in downtown LA on Sunday night with a amazing techno DJ named Dubfire.
Yeah, Dubfire. You know, I saw the videos of that, and I'm used to going to their Factory 93 events when there was Carl Cox and they had Secret Project. Yeah. I didn't realize it was going to be where the train's going behind them. Now it will look super sick.
Yeah, super cool venue. Great place for techno. Reminds me of like Amsterdam and Berlin almost.
Yeah, definitely.
Feels that way.
And I was just in Movement Detroit.
Oh, nice.
They actually did it was the train tracks, and they did like a little something exactly like that, but it was it was in the woods.
Oh, wow.
And they set up a stage, and you saw the train kept on going.
Yeah. It's a mood. It's a vibe.
So was that the same address as before? Like around the same general location?
So it wasn't put on by Insomniac. It was put on by actually a smaller promoter.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like not too far down the street. It was just such a good vibe. very intimate. 4 hours of dub fire. If you're into techno, that's a big deal. And yeah, just amazing backdrop, great people. You know, LA is just coming up with just these amazing events. Techno is kind of taking over, I feel like, LA, and it feels like we're in a little Amsterdam or a little Berlin.
Yeah, it's turning out. I mean, there's so many events every weekend, and especially becoming summer, day and night. You could go 24 hours. It's just like Berlin in a way, and it's. You know this, and I know this. You moved here several years ago. I moved here about 13 years ago, and to see it boom, and you moved here like when it was becoming. We can talk about that a little bit later, but how it's changed and evolved, and how your music interests have changed, and I'm sure it has. But there's a few people in the news that I want to talk about. I want to talk about Avicii, since we haven't talked about it. Eric Prydz, and also Kaskade. But
Kaskade always in the news.
Well, let's start off with Avicii, because we have our previous guest, but we never got the opportunity to talk about his posthumous album, Tim, and how it became #1 on the Billboard charts just over a week ago. Your thoughts?
Yeah. It's really hard to hear an album that that Avicii pretty much had his final touch on. The album I think was like over 90% complete. Before he passed, and honestly, a lot of people didn't know if it was going to be put out. There were a lot of people saying like, "Hey, don't put this out. Like, it might seem weird if it's not the final Avicii touch." But he worked with some really great people, and those people along the way sort of was like, you know what, Avicii would want this to happen and want us to do this. So they helped finish the album in using like his drawings and his notes from all over, and just really made it almost very similar to what Tim or Avicii would have wanted it to be. And if you look at some of the videos they post on YouTube about the thought process, they really channeled Avicii, and they channeled a lot just like his like keystrokes on the keyboard. They channeled all of that. They had recorded keystrokes that they emulated. It's almost like you're listening to Avicii.
Yeah, I was curious because I didn't know who actually produced it. Because sometimes when people die, it's just like 50%, 40%. But he was on everything throughout his discography. Was him. He was part of it, and it was his collaborators as well as normal. But the lineup he had on it was amazing, I would say. What did you think, Geebs?
Well, he had Chris Martin on it. He had Vargas and Lagola on it. They did most of the production as well off the album. He had I was telling Devin before, like, there's something interesting about posthumous work, because I was listening to this album and I was like, yo, this does sound like something he would have made. And so the fact that they were able to finalize that, and technology itself was able to they were able to edit and recreate his sound. So it's still his work. It's just, it just got put together because, again, it was like, what, 90%?
Yeah, it's definitely his sound.
Yeah, and the Coldplay or the Chris Martin song.
Woo! So that one was Loving You.
Such a classic.
Yeah, beautiful.
Give me goosebumps.
I know, I loved it. I love the song. Actually, this is the first album that I reached that I couldn't pick a top 3. I usually pick 3 songs, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this. I was like going back and forth, like listening to each track, like which one do I want to choose? Do I want to pick this one? Do I want to pick this one? I finally went with Loving You. I like the vocals. Lily James kills it. So yeah, the first pick was Loving You, which features Lulu James. And then the second one I picked was Hot As You Want. I was stuck between this one and Ghost, because they're both really freaking good songs, or really good tracks on this album. But I went with Hot As You Want, which features Solomon Gray. So if you want to play that for us, Zebra.
Ooh, such a good one.
I love that song. Solomon Gray's voice is amazing. But yeah, this one he's also featured in Diamonds on this album. And again, check the whole album out. This album is sick. But yeah, this one was Hot As You Want with Solomon Gray. And again, what I like about this album is that his sound is all over the place. It's super eclectic. Dude, listen, boom. It's just like every track is different sound, but it's crazy how like it's all super lit.
Yeah, like I was saying, to you, he's a great producer, great sound design, just beautiful sounds, beautiful vocals.
He has like a little secret sauce in there.
It's like nighttime, daytime. It could work anywhere.
It works, yeah. Like it's super
more daytime.
I've seen it at a couple. I've heard it at a couple clubs.
Really?
Well, yeah, I mean, his sets are not generally that hard anyway.
Yeah.
You kind of sign up what you know what you're gonna get into. So,
but yeah.
What you got next?
So the next one is Rise. This is the last track off the album, and it's the one that the album is named under. So yeah, Rise is my third pick, my favorite one, of course. So zbrah, you do me the honors.
All right, this is Rise.
So that one was the last track, Rise. Again, check out this album. It's Lane 8, his album Rise. You can find it at Beatport, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. It's under the label Anjuna Deep, or you can follow him on social media. He has a SoundCloud and on Twitter, at Lane8 Music. He also has a Facebook. I don't believe he has an Instagram. I could not find one. They have like fan pages and stuff. But again, check out this album. The sound is super eclectic. He just goes all over the place. It's poppy. There's electronica in there. Some of the memorable tracks that I couldn't make up my mind, but I had to give him a shout out was Kiara, Ghost, Sunlight. Again, check out the whole album. It's amazing. Check out Little by Little. Stream him. He's a really cool guy. I like the sound. I like this album a lot. I bring him back later.
Yeah, I recommend, if you haven't heard his last album, Little by Little, highly recommend that as well. It's pretty dope.
And there you have it, folks. You guys can message me on Instagram at lowkeygeebs. Send me all the recommendations. Have been getting a couple recommendations on my DMs. So feel free. I'm always down to listen to some new sounds. Or you can follow me on Twitter at Andrea G. Mendez. Again, message me. Let me know what's up. I'm always down to hear it.
Awesome. Thank you, Geebs. That was Geebs Cryptic Collection. EDM Maniac, Devin.
Yeah,
you
man.
want to make some shout outs? Do you want to?
Yeah, I just want a quick
again?
shout out to you guys for having me. First of all, it's been an awesome experience.
Thank you.
Shout out to our entire team at EDM Maniac. So it's me, but there's also a bunch of writers, Harry, Alec, Casey. I could name everyone, but thank you all so much for the continued support. And yeah, shout out to all of our partners that are working to make EDM Maniac Plus happen. A lot of artist managers, great clothing companies. We've got Electric Family, we've got Lunatics, we've got Marcus Schultz. We've got a whole bunch of great stuff going on. So thank you all. Thanks to all my friends that have sort of been putting up with me going crazy talking about this for the past couple weeks. And yeah, it's just been such a great ride. I'm so excited for what's next. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
We look forward. What's in store for the future?
The future.
I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Future is now.
Yes. And we're going to hit back to the music. I'm playing another classic to rework. And you've all known it. It's called One More Time.
Oh, yes. Way to feed my Daft Punk.
I was reading your mind.
You're reading my mind.
Get that Daft Punk in.
Yeah.
So.
This is Dash Radio, the loud station.
Tastemakers.
Oh, Tastemakers.
Are you ready?
Favorite record of this week's show.
We are the Tastemakers.
Dash Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the
Tastemakers
with Zbrah and Geebs.
Dash Radio.
I'm